Hey, welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric, and today I've got a special treat. I want to show you the Far Touched, a homebrew race designed around people and creatures that have experienced the horrors of the far realm. So if you want your mind warped, stay tuned. Okay, so if you don't know, the far realm is basically deep outer space in Dungeons and Dragons. So think crazy, scary tentacle, mouth, eyeball, eldritch horrors that are as old as the universe, like Cthulhu, other things that'll just rip your mind apart because your mortal body can't handle it. The Far Touched. You or an ancestor have experienced horrors your mind cannot handle. You've been warped, transformed. Think Mind Flayer, think scary alien monster. Whatever's weird, that's you. Good luck. You're gonna grow tentacles or long arms or spooky eyes or shimmery skin. Something weird, man. I don't know. We'll dig into that in a second. Right now, though, who are you? Aberrant identity. Far Touched. You've got a name. If your name used to be Steve, maybe now it's Steve A. Or Steve. Have fun with it. Get weird. Or it could be totally different. Maybe you came out of the far realm and you don't remember anything. You have no idea who you were before. Fresh start. Doesn't matter. So the key thing here is your native race. So you start out as one thing. You become something else. If it was your ancestor, maybe your family is historically dwarves, but now you're all Far Touched dwarves. Think of it like a sorcerer. It's as effective as you want it to be. So if you were a dwarf, now you're not a dwarf. So your dwarf stats are gone. Your extra strength is gone. Your battle axe proficiency is gone. Poison resistance gone. What you have now are your new traits, your Far Touched traits. You are a Far Touched. So let's dig in a little bit. Far Touched foibles. We're going to help you flesh out what it means to be a Far Touched. Your personality quirks might be a little weird. You frequently find yourself staring off into nothingness. You and those around you scream in their sleep. Your dreams are lucid, but you're floating in an inky void. You feel like someone or something is watching you. You're extremely emotional, quick to form attachments. You're stoic and virtually devoid of emotion. You frequently talk in your sleep in an unintelligible gibberish. You glimpse things moving in the shadows that nobody else sees. You're obsessed with the stars. You're terrified of the night sky. Roll or pick whatever, as many as you want, as few as you want. These are just little ways to help you get into character. Racial feats. We've got two we're going to go into in a little bit later. Both are aimed at fleshing out either your mental abilities or your eldritch manifestation, which we'll get to here in a short while. Now, this one, I don't know. We're going to test this out. At your DM's discretion, maybe you can take a racial feat tied to your native race. So if you were a dwarf, maybe you can take the, I forget what you call it, but the one that lets you spend hit die when you dodge. Maybe if you were used to be a dragonborn, maybe you can grow your scales and your claws. It depends. How does it fit with your character? How strong is your attachment to your previous life? Your native racial traits are gone. They're replaced by the following. Languages. You've got common, you've got deep speech, the language of the far realm, mind flayers and scary things, and a language that makes sense for your native race. If you used to be a dwarf, it makes sense to take dwarvish. If you used to be an elf, go elven. Now, everybody's gonna be a little different, so this isn't like you can pick whatever you want. It's a game. Ability score increases, +2 intelligence, +1 charisma. All about the mental stuff here. Really great wizard or sorcerer or warlock. I think those would be your strongest thematic classes, but whatever you want. Age. You live as long as your normal race. So if you're an elf, great. You can be a 700-year-old Far Touched. If you are a human, great. Cap out at 60. I don't know. Alignment. You're probably going to go a chaotic way. Chaotic good, awesome. Chaotic neutral, be careful. Chaotic evil, good luck to your campaign. course, you don't have to stick to that. It doesn't really mean too much in 5th edition, but general guide size, you are medium. Between us, the only reason this is medium is because in D&D Beyond I couldn't figure out how to make a race that could select its size, and I didn't want to clone the race and have far touch small, far touch medium, far touch large. So make up whatever reason you want. Your speed is 30 standard. If you were faster, sorry, but now you have cool brain powers. It works out. Aberrant Arcana. You know the message cantrip. Why? Because it's kind of like telepathy, and that's what we're going for here. The Find Familiar spell. You can cast it. You get it. 1st level spell. Super fun, super cool. You can cast it as a ritual without the material components because it erupts from your chest or your mouth or your eyes or whatever. Something gross and weird. You take damage equal to half your character level. And I think Chest Burster from Alien or Venom symbiote suit, something like that. That's what we're going for. When you do it this way, it's an aberration rather than Celestial Fae or Fiend. And it takes on cosmetic appearance similar to what you'll get to here shortly in your Eldritch manifestation. If you are able to cast Find Familiar in a different way, like if you're a wizard, you want to burn a spell slot to cast it a little bit quicker, cool, go for it. You take your damage, you ignore your cost, and you got your little pet back. Get weird with this, please. Have fun, flavor it however you want. I think it could be really cool. Eldritch manifestation. This is a big one. This is how you're going to look. The Far Realm expresses itself in many ways. Roll on the table or pick. If you've got a particular look in mind, particular skill proficiency you really want, go for it, take it. Otherwise, roll and stay weird. Eldritch endurance. Your limbs have been warped. They grow 1d6 inches each. It's up to you if they're different lengths or the same. You're still medium, of course, and you gain proficiency in athletics. So think kind of like a long, noodly spaghetti person. Kind of cool. Eldritch Mind. You've unlocked secrets not meant for the mortal mind. Your eyes permanently become a single color, whether that is blue or white or gold or black or silver or purple, whatever. Cool. And you gain proficiency in Arcana as your brain is ready for it. Eldritch protuberances. This is going to be popular, and I think. You grow 1d4 fleshy tentacles on your face of 1d12 inches in length each. These growths function as sensory organs and give you proficiency in perception. They can't hold anything. They can't do anything. They're strictly cosmetic. So no hiding an extra dagger in there or trying to use it to use your somatic components for your spells. It's just for looks. But you want to be a mind flayer kind of looking person, here you go. Eldritch tinge. Regardless of your original skin color or texture, maybe of scales, it now has an iridescent sheen, kind of like a shimmery, think of like maybe a bubble, oil bubble, soap bubble, or whatever. Maybe it's a starry night pattern, something. Be creative. This otherworldly glimmer gives you proficiency in persuasion or intimidation. Is it a scary shimmer? Is it a pretty shimmer? Up to you. And our last one, psychic fortitude. Your mind has developed a psychic callus. Cool. You have resistance to psychic damage and your thoughts can't be read against your will. Someone attempting to read your mind recoils in horror at what they've seen, which is what you've seen, which is why you're far touched. It's kind of cool. Reinvent yourself. Now let's take a look at the feats. Void touched. This one's all about the noggin. You embrace your connection to the void as a far touch, strengthening your gifts. Mental shield. You have advantage on intelligence and charisma saving throws as your mind hardens its mental defenses. You're not going to want to get thrown back into the far realm. Unless you do, I guess. I don't know. Probably not, though. And void sight. You can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 30 feet. Pretty hardy investment. And it's only 30 feet. It's 120 feet, I think, for the Warlock. So this is nerfed down. I think it's kind of neat. Star touched. We're leaning in on that Eldritch manifestation. We're going whole hog. Increase your intelligence or charisma by 1 up to 20. Here's where we're finally going to get a stat bump. but really we're here for that manifestation. What does it mean? So the skill that you got from your first pick on your eldritch manifestation, you now have expertise in. So if you gain proficiency in Arcana and your eyes turned blue, now you have expertise. Great. Little bump, gives you a little bit better at what you're already at. But here's where we're going to follow through. All those other eldritch manifestations that you didn't pick, now you gain their cosmetic appearances. You don't gain the extra skills. So this isn't like a crazy feat. You're just getting, so if you had those eyes, now you've got the tentacles, now you've got the shimmery skin, now you've got the long limbs. This is how, if you want to be a full-on, far-touched, kind of outer space alien monster, here's how you do it. I think you've got a lot of flavor here. I don't think anything is game-breaking, but I'd love to hear what you think. Add the race and the racial feats to your D&D Beyond homebrew campaign. It's free. Check out the links in the description. Tell me what you think there. Leave a little comment, leave a note, leave something down below in the YouTube comments. Tell me what you think.